Hi there, my name's Sean, and I want to talk about the Angry Beavers. Today, we're looking at Beavers A Go-Go, the obligatory beach episode of the series where the brothers learn why beavers don't migrate south for the winter, especially to a beach.
The big beaver Huna is ready to hit the beach. Let's do it, baby.
We open in the woods. Norb is grilling jalapenos and slices of wood to mimic burger patties. But Dag is already mid-pitch. He wants to migrate south for the winter, insisting all the animals are doing it. Norb points out that only certain species of birds actually migrate, but Dag doesn't care.
Dag, we're beavers.
Duh, that doesn't mean we have to stay cooped up in that freezing dam all winter.
Dag brandishes a brochure outlining his three-part plan: sun, fun, and of course,
Limbo beach parties.
Norb admits that the idea is tempting, but something about it just doesn't feel right. He says it doesn't seem natural. As Dag keeps talking, he tries to sneak food off the grill, but Norb swats his hand away without breaking stride, sending Dag recoiling. The gag lands inside the dialogue, relying on the timing rather than setup, and it feels kinda closer to something discovered in the booth rather than something storyboarded in advance. Which lines up with how much the Angry Beavers was built around loose, improvised recording sessions and then shaped around those performances and animation. And that process gives moments like this a more reactive, lived-in rhythm, more so than a traditional setup and punchline structure that would be a lot more common for shows during this time. Norb counters with his own winter plan by pulling out a TV Guide magazine, a whole season of television already scheduled.
Television? You're pathetic.
Don't gaslight us, Dag. A gust of wind cuts through the woods and Dag immediately panics, desperate to leave before winter arrives.
Winter is coming.
Norb tries to calm him down and explain that winter's still several months away. But before he can finish that thought, several feet of snow slam down into the shot, burying both brothers mid-sentence.
Well, I guess a little vacation wouldn't hurt.
Cut to the side of the road, Dag and Norb are wearing Hawaiian shirts and carrying bindles tied to sticks. Classic cartoon shorthand for hitchhikers. Dag sticks out his thumb eagerly, but Norb remains hesitant. Dag steps into the crosswalk to wave at an oncoming bus, but instead, it just plows straight into both beavers, embedding them into the grill like roadkill.
I swallowed a bug.
We catch up with the bus later on as it rolls past a sprawling boardwalk separating a city from the beach. It pulls up to an intersection, slamming on the brakes, and that sudden stop unsticks the brothers, sending them flying off of the grill and straight into a billboard reading, "Welcome to a sunny beach." Dag dusts himself off, reads the sign aloud, and looks around. Everything he imagined is here. As they walk the beach, Dag keeps selling the idea, convinced enthusiasm will eventually make it true. He never stops pitching until something finally interrupts him.
Hey, something smells great.
I bet it's one of those beach luau type barbecues.
Looking down, they realize that they're the ones being barbecued. The sand is scorching hot, so they sprint for the water.
Well, that was fun. Maybe we can find a pile of broken glass next.
Dag refrains the pain as part of adapting, but before he can finish the thought, a crab clamps down onto his foot and sends him rocketing out of the water. Cut to the changing rooms, and Dag hops out of his tent wearing swim trunks and sunglasses. Norb sits wearing an equally fashionable Speedo and closed-toed sandal combo. He suggests that maybe they should ease into their new surroundings, but Dag refuses.
I'm gonna be ripping it up with all the grommets and righteous coastal betties.
Before the scene ends, a frisbee flies towards Norb and he catches it on one finger. It's a small moment, but it signals how naturally Norb is adapting without trying. This, of course, is in direct contrast to Dag's try-hard energy up until this point. Nearby, a beach volleyball tournament is underway. Dag insists that they join, and Norb hesitates but goes along with it. The court is packed, and the human designs are far more interesting and exaggerated than the humans we see on the in-universe television in the show. Each brother ends up on a different team. Norb immediately understands the rhythms of the game, reading plays and spiking the ball with ease, but Dag never quite figures out how to play. After the spike, Dag casually tosses the ball back to Norb. On the next rally, Dag stays planted while his teammates trample him while chasing the ball. Hit, trample, spike. Another point for Norb's team. Game point, and Norb readies to serve again. Dag smack talks Norb to his teammates, a little jabbing.
You might want to move up, guys. We got a rookie serving here.
It's weird to see Dag communicate with humans. Dag finally commits to action, charging the net for a block. The ball flies straight into his open mouth, drops through his body, lodging into his tail, and gets spiked into the net with him wrapped inside it. Meanwhile, Norb is hoisted up and paraded off by his human teammates. The show sticks closer to real volleyball rules here than it ever did with football, ending the match immediately on a foul at game point. After the match, Norb thanks Dag for talking him into playing. He's having a great time, but Dag is clearly miserable. He doesn't admit that he was wrong so much as float the idea of leaving as if it were Norb's call.
If you're not having a good time, just say so. We could, go back home.
I'm having a great time!
Out on the water, Dag has a comical exchange with a defiant shark-themed jet ski. He goes all out trying to look cool, but much like the volleyball game, it's more than he can handle. The jet ski acts almost on its own accord, ditching Dag on a distant landmass before scooping him back up and causing havoc in its wake. Norb speeds by, wakeboarding behind a human-driven speedboat, shouting about how much fun he's having. Dag shouts back that he's having fun too, but it's clearly forced. Dag mutters that he'll show Norb up, doubling down instead of admitting defeat. His shark jet ski propels off without him after he collides with the buoy while trying to show off some tricks. At sunset, Norb sits by a bonfire playing guitar, backed by singers and surrounded by a crowd. The song aired constantly in reruns, and personally it never worked for me, though plenty of other people remember it fondly. Off to the side, Dag plans his own music performance. Struggling with his saxophone until he discovers the crab from earlier jammed inside. It clamps onto his nose, triggering another slapstick chase that ends with a swarm of saxophone-wielding crabs driving Dag toward the water. They wave him goodbye, Dag waves back, and then we hear the roar of the jet ski cut back in. Dag manages to grab on and mounts it as it heads straight for the shore. He pops open the front compartment, desperately yanking out whatever he can find and tossing it into the ocean in a last-ditch attempt to stop it. The jet ski crashes into the boardwalk, leaving Dag with temporary sand dreadlocks. Dag makes his way through a crowd of beachgoers toward a lifeguard tower. Norb sits at the top with his trophy, presumably from the volleyball tournament. Norb welcomes Dag graciously, casually commenting about the party and what a great day it's been. He even compliments Dag's hair.
Norb, I should have listened to you. You were right. We shouldn't be here. I want to go home where it's safe. I want to watch some TV.
What do you mean, go home?
Norb shoots down the idea, stating that this was Dag's idea from the get-go, and he's on board now. He wants to do it every year. When Norb turns for support, the beach is empty.
Where'd everybody go?
Without warning, the ground shakes and a shadow overtakes the beach. The brothers look up to see a tidal wave crashing down upon them from meters above. We cut to the brothers now in the ocean, underwater as they finish their argument. Realizing their argument is only going in circles, the brothers hesitate, unsure what to do next in this disastrous situation, until Norb spots what looks to be a massive bathtub drain plug on the ocean floor. Without a second thought, they grab the chain and pull, dislodging it from its mysterious drain. In moments, the entire ocean and beach disappear into the hole, only to erupt out the other end as a geyser outside of their home forest. Dag excitedly plays in the snow, exclaiming that this is truly the best way to spend winter. Norb brushes it off and notes that they're just in time to catch a certain movie from his TV marathon at the beginning of the episode. The beach crab rides past on the shark jet ski, wearing a winter hat, chasing Dag as the screen fades to black.
You got to be kidding.
So what did you think of Beavers A Go-Go? Did Norb's beach song stick with you after all this time, or was Dag's jet ski the highlight of the episode? Let me know down below. I'm covering episodes of The Angry Beavers and Rocco's Modern Life with new content weekly, so if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.